Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist and ergo shaman. Today's class is a special one. You know, in our live classes that we do on site at Haywood Health and Fitness Center and down at Funkytown Fitness in St. Augustine, we do a much more advanced and elaborate warm-up session. And so I thought we would do that today. So that's what this class entails. We have a warm-up series we do, starting with the upper dantian, working through the middle dantian, all the way to the lower dantian. And it's a way to get the entire body warmed up. Normally in these online classes, we do a condensed version of that. So I hope you'll enjoy this one and keep it marked, maybe put a star by it, because it's a good place if you ever want to do a full body Tai Chi, Qigong, and Shaolin Kung Fu warm-up. This is the place to do it, this one in particular. So do be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and stay in touch with us here on Strong Qigong. Today is going to be a special session. We're going to go into more of the warm-ups that we usually do in our hour-long class at Haywood Regional Health and Fitness Center, and explain a little why we do what we do. And that way, this will be on YouTube. It'll be something you'll be able to refer to. We'll also maybe explore some stances if we have time. Let's begin, as always, with some deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. As always, we always extend every exhale. We use these floating ribs at the bottom to squeeze a little more air out at the bottom of every cycle. And when we do, we notice how much deeper the inhale is that follows. So we like to inhale through the nose because nasal breathing is the healthiest for you. And when we exhale, we like to exhale at the bottom of every breath a little more because we have many more exhale muscles than we do inhale muscles. Continue to breathe in this manner. These exhale muscles are all your intercostals and a few accessory breathing muscles throughout the neck and upper respiratory sinus. So we exhale, bottom out every breath, and then deep, slow inhale through the nose. It's a great way of calming the nervous system down. This is the way we're set up, and respiratory sinus arrhythmia dictates this. When we extend exhale, we get more heart rate variability. We get more parasympathetic branch. So again, continue to focus this way. And if you don't mind, you might invite your eyes to close so you can use this breathing cycle, this breathing technique. As you extend every exhale, as if blowing through a straw, with closed eyes and pursed lips, begin to focus your mind on the infinitesimal moment where your out-breath changes to your in-breath. Your in-breath changes back to your out-breath at the top of the breath cycle. So it's bottom of the breath cycle and top of the breath cycle. That fleeting moment, that infinitesimal instant is what you're seeking with your mind's eye. We call that sharpening the mind on the stone of the breath. And it's a way for us to sharpen the mind, to actually use our visualization. One we like to use is the samurai sword. And we're sharpening that sword. And we're drawing that blade with every inhale towards us, paying close attention to that infinitesimal point where the blade crosses the sharpening stone. When we look for that infinitesimal point, we're flipping the blade over and we're pushing it from us with the exhale. It's just a nice visualization to help understand what we're doing here, sharpening our mind on the stone of the breath. After a few more of those, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Now, what we'll do today is we'll go right into our Qigong breathing, and then we'll go into our extended warm-ups. So let's begin by inhaling our palms up towards our heart center and exhaling our palms back down. Continue to do so in this manner. And as you do so, Use the power of the visualization you just used, sharpening your mind on the stone of the breath. This time, you'll be using it in a different manner. So if you're comfortable with eyes closed, invite them to close or soften your gaze and continue breathing in this manner, allowing the palms to rise with every inhale and fall with every exhale. And the visualization we used is known lovingly as cleansing the inner body. It goes like this. When you inhale and your palms rise, you imagine a glowing mist forming in the core of the earth, rising through the soles of your feet, up through your inner body to collect in your upper dantian, the cauldron of the mind. And as you exhale and your palms melt down, you imagine that glowing mist formed a glowing cloud. That glowing cloud formed the glowing rain, and that glowing rain washes down your inner body, cleansing it all the way through the soles of your feet and back into the core of the earth. So it's a visualization technique, a classic, and you're using the power of your own imagination, your own visualization, and your own concentration. As you're inhaling, your palms upward, glowing mist rises, and as you're exhaling your palms downward, a glowing rain, a gentle rain falls, cleansing the inner body. Beautifully done. When our hands rise again, we'll invite ourselves to pause in the standing meditation pose we know so well as stand like tree. This is where we take inventory of our alignment. We take a long, slow, deep, silent breaths, extending every exhale as if blowing through a straw, through closed eyes and pursed lips if we can do so comfortably and safely, while our long neck and light head floats upward. Our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward, and between them our spine, our string of pearls, gently stretches. As they do, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak, with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed. Our three energy centers, the ones we were just breathing between, are stacked perfectly on one another, as if we gathered three smooth river rocks and balanced them perfectly on life's river's edge. And again, with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the power of our breath. And we use the power of our visualization, and we begin to invite our hands to gently, slowly float down until our thumbs find their destination crossed over our belly button. This positions them perfectly so that the fingers can rest below in the area we know lovingly as the lower dantian. We blow on the embers of the lower dantian through closed eyes and pursed lips as if blowing through a straw. We extend every exhale as we do in our visualization, our imagination, and our concentration. We delight in the growing, glowing light. As the light grows with each extended exhale, the embers respond. And with each deep ensuing inhale that follows, we draw that light through our inner galaxy, our inner body. We draw it upward and outward, and then we begin to blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian. We blow on the embers carefully and slowly, filling the inner galaxy with light and bathing the area around us, the space around us, with light, warm, silken Chi energy. May your body be strong. May your heart be calm. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment or two longer as your hands begin to gently melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently flutter open when you're ready, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Now we step into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of your room or screen floats before your heart in a gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another, and this is just a mutual respect gesture between us. As we inhale ourselves back upright, when we exhale, our hands slowly melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale up overhead till our hands are an inch apart, and slowly and deliberately exhale down our center line. This is known as centering the Chi. And we'll do one more. We do this out of respect for the Shaolin. We bring our palms together. We exhale slowly down to the heart center, the middle dantian. Then we inhale and our elbows rise and wrists straight. As we exhale, our hands melt down. We do this because we borrow so much from the Shaolin. It's just a grateful gesture. We now step out into our little boat and unlock our knees. And we're going to do some of our warm-ups now, more extended warm-ups, the ones we do in our live class together at Haywood Health and Fitness Center and down in Funky Town Fitness in St. Augustine, Florida. We start with the upper dantian, their upper respiratory sinus. You know this one well. We take a deep breath in as if our head is floating on a string like a balloon. Then we slowly let the air out of the balloon through pursed lips until our chin drops to our chest. And when we inhale again, we inhale and we sweep one ear past one shoulder. We exhale and we sweep across the chest and inhale the other ear past the opposite shoulder. We continue from side to side, inhaling past shoulder, exhaling past chest, inhaling past opposite shoulder, from side to side. And if you'll notice, you're tilting your head, not turning your head. You're simply rocking from side to side. And this is such a great warm-up in so many ways. Number one, it warms up the upper respiratory sinus for some of the muscles we're going to stretch in a moment. But not only that, it calibrates our breath with our movement, which is what Tai Chi, Qigong, and Shaolin Kung Fu is all about. Moving with your breath. Not only that, but it also calibrates different parts of our inner body. It calibrates our diaphragm rising and falling with our inner ear in the 3 semicircular canals that control our balance. Good idea to get those two working together. Not only that, but different nerve centers in our central nervous system, like the phrenic nerve and the vagus nerve, get to work in unison too. Such a great warm-up. So after one or two more of these, when you're ready, allow your chin to rest at your chest. Inhale it up, and we'll go into some of our more regular stretches that we do at the live center. You know this one. We reach the hand out on this side of the room or screen, and it floats to the opposite shoulder. The hand on this side settles behind our back. We take a deep breath in and let that balloon rise again. And then when we exhale away from the hand. We're stretching 3 muscles. We inhale back up. We switch hands. We switch sides. We slowly let air out of the balloon in this direction, pursed lips. We inhale back up. We continue from side to side. We'll do a couple more of these. The muscles we're warming up are called scalenes. There are 3 muscles that begin just under each ear, and they fan out under your collarbone and are attached to your upper 2 ribs. So they have something to do with positioning your neck, but they also stabilize your rib cage against the rise and fall of your diaphragm at the bottom of your rib cage. So this is a really nice place to start. Exhale to one side, inhale back up, exhale to the other side. Now on this next one, as you inhale back up, Reach up overhead, rest your fingers lightly above your ear, and with the lightest finger pressure, exhale to one side. A little bit more forward than the other stretch. We inhale back up, we switch hands, we switch sides. We exhale to the other side. And as we do this from side to side, inhaling back up, switching, exhaling to side, we're engaging more of the muscles around the side and back. Continue from side to side. The muscles we're engaging include the levator scapula, one that's attached from your neck to the top corner of your shoulder blade. We're also stretching the upper trapezius. Same thing. We're also stretching sternocleidomastoid, a combination that's attached to your sternum and your collarbone and the base of your skull. So these are all great stretches that warm up the upper respiratory sinus. Now you'll notice we do the exhale as we go into the stretch. That's by design, and we borrow that from yoga because when you exhale, you're calibrating that parasympathetic nervous system. You're actually using the benefit of your relaxation as you exhale into a stretch. Brilliantly done. On this next one, go ahead and relax. Drop your hands and inhale your head back upright. And let's do our Daj Wei rolls. Inhale the shoulder blades forward and upward, then exhale backward and downward. You continue to breathe in this manner. Now this stretch, the Daj Wei stretch, is an area in the ancient Asian literature between our shoulder blades, actually C7, what we call vertebral prominence in the West. That's the Daj Wei roll, and it's an area that connects energy centers in our hands, like the Lao Gong points in our palms. But anyway, we breathe and we roll these and we begin to expand that warm up we started up around our neck into our shoulder girdles. So this is a beautiful place to go as well. And then we work into the middle dantian between the upper and middle dantian. So on your next roll, relax your shoulders, lace your fingers in your lap, and as you inhale, loop your hands towards your heart until your thumbs are pointing down and palms are facing out. And as you exhale, stretch out in front of you, push. Once you're out of breath, inhale your knuckles back to your heart. When you exhale again, eyes follow your hands upward and stretch very deliberately. And then inhale your knuckles back to your heart. When you exhale again, push forward again. You'll notice we do things in pairs. One of the reasons we do that, inhale back to heart, then exhale to sky, is through support. Let's stop right there. Eyes follow hand. Begin to loop your hands, small circles at first. And as you watch your hands, grow the circumference of these circles. Find a comfortable circumference. Once you've looped them, if you'll notice, you're warming up your lower respiratory sinus, deep in the middle dantian. You can begin to pause and loop in the opposite direction. As we always strive to balance yin and yang, we always strive to balance east and west, and we always strive to unwind what we've wound. Now we'll begin warming up and stretching the lower respiratory sinus. Pause in the middle. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly tip to one side. You'll feel the intercostals on the other side stretching. Then inhale back up and exhale to the second side. Stretch those intercostals. Let's continue from side to side, repeating a few times. These stretches are meant to warm up all of those intercostals. If we break them down into their individual number, there's actually a total of 66 there. There's 3 at each level between each rib. And we're warming them up. We're getting that lower respiratory sinus nice and limber, which is a good idea. Keep it limber. Now, as you inhale back up and then exhale one final time, we're going to deepen the stretch. So inhale back up. We're going to get a spinal twist into it. As we exhale, turn your trunk as far as you can. Once you run out of breath, inhale yourself back to the center. And then exhale in the opposite direction. Looking out of the corner of your eye, inhale back to center once out of breath. Let's do one more each side. This is just a good way of getting that intercostal stretch all the way back to the spine, deep muscles in the spinal column. Now inhale back to center and soften your elbows until your laced fingers hover above your forehead. This next one is just a classic that I learned from my Tai Chi instructor. And what we do basically is we loop one elbow, big circle, like we're throwing a loop. The other elbow engages and throws a loop in the opposite direction. You continue to loop your elbows in this manner. Now, if you'll notice, it's a full body warm-up. So you're shifting weight, you're turning trunk, and you're looping your elbows. At the same time you're looping your elbows, you'll notice your shoulder blades follow along obediently. So this is a way of getting them moving freely and in unison. We spend a lot of time warming up our respiratory sinus and our middle dantian in our live classes at the fitness center because it's so vital to everything we do. Well done. Now, when you return to the center, pause and unlace your fingers. These are some classic Tai Chi and Qigong stretches. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we backward bend. We look to the sky and we pinch the Daj Wei point behind us. Then we inhale back to our starting position. We do it a second time, slowly exhaling through pursed lips. Look to the sky, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you, inhale back up. And then to leave this stretch, we take a deep breath in deeply, and as we exhale, we slowly extend our elbows and time our exhale until we have our hands clasped firmly behind us. When we go to inhale again, we straighten the arms and we continue to breathe deeply as we maintain this gentle tension that we slowly grow. With each exhale through pursed lips, we gently build the tension between our fingers and palms, our wrists and forearms, our elbows and upper arms, our shoulders and chest. And we finally get the tension to where it's just about to pop. That's where we release it. And we begin to roll each shoulder blade backward, independent of the other. Nice looping, turning, shifting weight roll. We're about to leave the respiratory sinus, but before we do, we want to finish up with the upper limbs. One of the classic ways we do that is one of our favorites we call windmills. So our eyes begin to follow our hands as we scoop and toss behind us from side to side. Our eyes follow our hands, and our hands follow our breath, and our breath follows our mind. We go from side to side, scooping with palm up, tossing with palm down. Beautifully done. And then we reel that back in, that circular motion back into the shoulder blades. We're rocking and we're rolling from side to side, shifting weight and turning trunk, which brings us down towards the lower dantian. And the way we get there is with a classic warm-up we know and love called Ragdoll. So we just begin to turn with that weight shift and let the arms flail from side to side. A beautiful warm-up, helped out when we started out with our overhead twist Now we're just getting it nice and seated. And now we go from here into the pellet or prayer drum. We begin to slap or tap the opposite shoulder at the top, the low back from side to side. Pellet drum, a beautiful warm up. And we work our way down, first slapping or tapping at the top of the shoulder. We then start to slap or tap the top of the chest up around the collarbone. You can give yourself as sharp a slap or as light a tap as you think you need today. You're in control. After you've done the chest, you drop down to the bottom of the rib cage. Those floating ribs, we squeeze a little more air out of each breath. Beautifully done. Finally, we wind up down at the hips, and we're ready to work our way into the lower dantian. One of my favorite areas to warm up in our classic live classes. Our hands drift to our hips, and we begin the big hula hoop maneuver we love so well, we call stirring the bowl. Making this big loop with the hips, we keep an eye on our breath, and we extend every exhale. Long, slow, deep, and silent. And after you've gone in one direction, you simply pause to loop in the opposite direction. So beautifully done, so well done. After you've gone in both directions and you've unwind what you've wound, you're ready to settle back into the middle. And we finish up usually with some wider horse stances, a little wider, a little lower, the horse riding stance. One of our recent favorites in recent years is the one that we borrow from the Shaolin. It's known as the Great Bear Swings from side to side. That's its full name. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we turn our shoulders and we drop down. When we inhale, we turn our shoulders, we rise to pause. We exhale, turn our shoulders, drop down. Inhale and rise to pause. Continue following your breath and rest your hands wherever they feel most comfortable on your thighs. Might be closer to your hips, might be closer to your knee. You're in control. You decide. And after you rock from side to side, feel the power of the weight shift. As the power of your weight goes from one foot to the other, that's your lower dantian, the seat of chi energy, the cauldron of the body. And on your next exhale, pause at the bottom. Inhale your trunk back upright. And before we leave, we like to do this shifting weight on a figure 8. So you rock from side to side, but you roll your hip as you do so. And it's kind of a dance move. And this is an important move because what it does is it trains us to move from our lower dantian. As we do so, those 3 river rocks can remain upright on life's river's edge in a moving manner. So this is one of my favorites, and I don't have a fancy name for it, so we call it shifting weight on a figure 8. And after we've done a few more of these, you can settle in the middle. Bring your feet back into your center stance, we call it, with shoulder width apart. Taking some long, slow, deep breaths, we're almost done. We shift weight to one foot, we raise the opposite heel, and we do some Elvis Presley loops, so to speak, with our knee, and our ankle and foot follows along obediently. And after you've gone in one direction, you simply pause and go in the other direction. Then take weight through that foot, raise the opposite heel, loop in, and after a few inward loops, a few outward loops. And then we settle back into the middle. Our warm-ups are complete from head to toe. And that's our extended warm-up routine when we do our live classes at the fitness center. We'll finish up with a little visualization and stand like tree. And we'll get into stances next time because there's about 5 stances I'd like to go over with you. But we can do that on another time. We're coming up at the end of our session together. So let's begin by syncing the chi. Inhale the hands up, and then exhale and pause at the bottom. Inhale them extended in front of you in heart height, and then spread them wide and stand like tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward. As our spine gently stretches between them, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet remain parallel in a firm-rooted stance, like a mighty oak. Our 3 dantian balance perfectly on one another as if we gathered and stacked 3 smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. And with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of all of our stretches. The stretches for our upper dantian, stretches for our middle dantian, the stretches and warm-ups for our lower dantian. We feel it all course through us, and the rest of our day will be smoother because of it. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it as our hands take the final journey downward. The thumbs cross over the belly button, the folded fingers resting below on the cauldron of the body as we resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron, the heart, and the body. We fill the inner galaxy with light, and we draw the light upward and outward, and we finish up by blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the mind, the home of the third eye center, the home where all of these beautiful visualizations originated. We blow on the embers of all 3 cauldrons, filling our inner galaxy with light, spilling beyond the inner galaxy and bathing the space around us, filling beyond the space around us, bathing the world around us, filling beyond the world around us and bathing life itself around us with light, warm, silken, friendly chi energy. May your body stay strong. May your heart stay calm. May your mind stay sharp. May your spirit stay free. If your eyes are closed, enjoy it as your hands melt to your side. And inhale the hands upright as if blowing through a straw, we exhale down the center line, pausing at the bottom. The hand, we step back into our little boat, forgive me. And then the hand on this side makes the gentle fist. The hand on this side covers it. Together we take a deep breath in. We slowly exhale and bow. You give yourself a round of applause for the special session today.